everybody. It's my first time in Salt Lake City. It is wonderful to be here. The Mormon Church gave me a very warm welcome. They recruited me. I live here now, everyone. It really is nice to be traveling again. I really missed this during the first part of the pandemic. I traveled a lot last year. I went to New Orleans for the first time. Clap your hands if you've been to New Orleans. Amazing. Beautiful city, culture, food, music. I would love to go back. I will never go back in August. I can save a lot of money and have the exact same experience by crawling inside my own asshole. It will look, smell, and feel exactly the same. I've never been to a city that was cleaning up vomit with fresher vomit. Now, I have never been there. A lot of you have. Shout it out if you know the answer. What is the signature cocktail they serve in New Orleans? The hurricane. I didn't know that. And all I could think when I found out was, why? Of all places, would New Orleans pay homage to a hurricane? Then I watched a woman drink one, and she instantly turned into the worst disaster I have ever seen. She peed her pants. Or, as they say in New Orleans, her levees broke. And I think her friends were the federal government, because they didn't show up to help for a really long time. She was sleeping in the Superdome by the time they came for her. I do not think we should be naming drinks after horrible disasters. Last month I was in Houston. I did not go to a bar and order an Astro World. I didn't want to get that smashed. You don't go to New York and order a 9/11. But if you did, the bartender gives you a shot, you take it, you're a little scared, a little confused, you don't know what's happening, so you sit back and you wait. 17 minutes later, the bartender gives you a second shot, and that's when you realize your life will never be the same. You pick a fight with someone in the bar that has nothing to do with your problems, and you fight with them for the next 20 years. And when they're at their absolute lowest point, you abandon them completely. And anytime you bring up this night of drinking, somebody will inevitably go, dude, the bartender didn't even give you those shots. You brought those drinks in yourself, man. Whiskey sour can't melt steel beams, bro. Sometimes I go to cool cities like this. Other times I have to go places like Elko, Nevada. No reason to go there. The one thing about Elko is it's a coal mining town, so they actually encouraged me to have sex with a miner. Took you a second, but you got there. You got there. That's why I have a heavy pause after that one. Gotta wait for some people to catch up at the comedy show. One thing I've learned in all of my travels over the past year is I keep getting told that I have a vibe. I was in Madison, Wisconsin. I'm walking down the street. A man, clearly on drugs, looked at me and went, I said, sir, you're a beautiful human. I'm sure you're very kind, but you're a stranger. We're in a pandemic. I'm not gonna hug you. And he looks back and goes, fuck you, dude. You've got a vibe. The very next night, I'm in Chicago. I'm partying at this woman's house. It's 3 a.m. Her and her friends are all doing blow. I am not doing any cocaine. And one of them looks at me and goes, I can't believe you're not doing drugs and you're this fun. You're such a vibe. The same vibe that the Madison guy thought I was. And that's when I realized my vibe can change depending on where I am. Man to woman, city to city, drug to drug. I can change the setting on my vibe. I am a vibrator. However you need to be pleasured in any situation, I can figure it out. Sometimes I'm a magic wand. I'm just gonna be a light buzz with a little flick, 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 just getting you through the evening. Other times, I gotta come in like a 2-foot dildo attached to a drill and pleasure you as hard as I can. I can vibrate to any setting you guys need. One thing I don't understand about my vibe is people unload their trauma onto me immediately after meeting me. When I was in Houston, this woman walked up to me. She said, I have to tell you, your name's Alex and my ex-boyfriend's name is Alex. But last year, I walked in on his body after he put a shotgun in his mouth. To which I responded, hi. The appropriate thing to say to someone you met 4 seconds ago. There is no reason for me to know that your ex-lover Kurt Cobained himself in your apartment. That's when I have to change my vibration to a butt plug. I gotta stop this now. But this happens to me all the time. People look at me and for some reason they can tell that I've done the work to take care of myself, so they walk up and they tell me about the worst things, and they're trauma vampires. They just latch onto my neck and they try to suck out my beautiful energy because they think I have enough to give, and the problem is I do. I'm an unlimited well of healing energy. So if after the show you need to tell me how you watched your dog get hit by a car when you were 7 or your mom's battling cancer, I will take your pain and I will put it underneath my kimono. I have eczema. Just like my skin, your problems will flake off of me. There's only one person that's more thrilled that I'm traveling than me, and that is my fiance. We spent most of our pandemic in a 1-bedroom apartment, and I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm a lot. My energy is meant to be dispersed amongst thousands of people a week. During the pandemic, it was directly funneled into a single human being. She prayed for death every single day. Welcomed COVID into our home. Clap your hands if you're in love, Salt Lake City. Let me feel that energy for a second. Yes, yes, yes. She's clapping, he's not. I'm not going to touch that one. If you're not in love, my guess is at this point, you probably want to be. Because people ask me all the time, they're like, Alex, you found love? And you look like a bouncer at a recycling center. How do I do it? I'm going to tell you what a lot of us in this room have already figured out. Single people, if you want to fall in love, one word. Settle. settle. Those 50-odd people that just clapped their hands politely like they were at a golf tournament, they all settled. Take a moment, look around this room. No one here was anyone's first choice. And if you're out there thinking, Alex, I didn't settle. The person with you, they did. It's not a bad thing. It's about settling your own brain. You're telling yourself, yes, there are other people that I'm going to want. What's in front of me is good enough. You can wait around for your dream vacation to the Maldives, or you can jump in the pool in your apartment complex tomorrow. Either way, the water's wet. Some people don't like the concept of settling. I heard somebody say, ouch. And look, I get it. I do. I understand just how crass this sounds. I had to tell my fiance this joke. But she's okay with it. Because she's the one that settled. Do you think someone that looks like every Wizard of Oz character at the same time was her first choice? I'm gonna give you all a moment just to stare at me. Because that will keep getting funnier as you think of more references. The lion, the scarecrow, both witches, the flying monkeys, the lollipop guild. That guy that goes, the witch guy in it! I was doing this joke last week and somebody goes, what about the tree that throws the apples? It's like, fuck you, dude! That's very low, dude. That's low-hanging fruit, literally. Were any of you thinking Dorothy? I hope so, because I could be transitioning into a woman. It's a hate crime if you don't laugh at that, Salt Lake City. Be progressive. My preferred pronoun is bird of paradise. "64 days till my wedding, everybody. 64 days. Yeah. And I know that because she tells me every day. Just that countdown. I'm excited about it. We're planning our bachelor and bachelorette parties right now, and we share one very large group of friends, so we're splitting them. She takes the girls, I take the boys. And it's becoming very apparent how they view us, because the girls are taking her, they're like, we picked out the most beautiful location, we are gonna spend 3 days showering you with love, we are gonna celebrate everything you are, you goddamn powerful, gorgeous queen. And the boys looked at me and were like, we got you a bag of mushrooms. We dug you a hole. If you don't come out in 3 days, we're coming in. My party sounds better. You guys are married, yes? No? Who you guys are? How long have you been married for? 7 years. Excellent. So tell me, before I make the biggest mistake of my life, what has kept you together for 7 years? The fucking! Salt Lake City, you are full of surprises. Thank you for your honesty. Also, she didn't say who she was fucking, so... But no, normally when I ask that question, they're like, patience. Listening. I'm like, no, you're doing weird sex stuff. That's the only way to keep a relationship together. No. I appreciate that answer. I do. My friends want to go to a strip club for my bachelor party, and I'm like, no, I don't. Does anyone here like strip clubs? Did you hear that that was 90% women, by the way? Men don't care, but women are like, we uplift you! We support your choice! You get your GED while you dance on that pole, girl! go to a strip club. One of my friends knows I don't like them, so to be sneaky, he'll pay $20 to a stripper without telling me and buy me a private dance. And suddenly, this woman is leading me to the back area, closing the curtain. She's taking off her clothes, she starts grinding against me, and then she'll put her lips really close to my ear, and she'll start whispering about how her mom was addicted to pills. Because every stripper is a trauma vampire in disguise. And now I'm trapped. I have to go through a therapy session just to get out of there. My friends pay $20 to get in, I charge them $40 if they want to get back out. I will clean your conscience. Plethora. I asked somebody the other night, what do they like about strip clubs? And this guy goes, the music. Here. Bro, get back to the fucking dude. I don't want to hear your music choices. Oh my God. You're like having sex to Creed or something like that. That seems like a Salt Lake City thing. Can you take me higher? The woman's like, I'm flying on these soars and wings of an eagle. So 64 days away. It's getting very real. And we're very honest communicators. I know we're going to be together for life. We support each other. We build each other up. We make each other a better human being. And that's what you're looking for in a relationship. But because we're so honest, last month, I sat her down to have a very real conversation. And I looked at her and I said, babe, aren't you nervous that you're never going to sleep with another person again? And she went, no. Are you? Yeah. That's why I brought it up. Yet deflected it toward you to mask my insecurities. And she said, no, I don't really look at other guys anymore. And I'm like, look, I love myself. I'm not trying to be self-deprecating. But you wake up next to me every morning and just go, yep. Everything I ever dreamed. Just you, forever. So trying to catch her, I was like, okay. What about when we're having sex? And you close your eyes. What are you doing then? She said, I'm enjoying the moment. What are you doing? Same. When I yell out Gary out of nowhere, I don't know who that is. I'm just enjoying the moment. Free flowing thoughts here. So she said, looked right in my eyes and said, why now? We've been together over a decade. You've never brought this up before. Why are you telling me this 3 months before our wedding day? And I told her, when you met me, I hated myself. I was an unlovable monster. I had no redeeming qualities to contribute to the world. And then you saw me, and for some reason you broke through every one of my walls, and you told me I was beautiful, I was special, and I could do anything I wanted in the world. So I became a comedian. I worked as hard as I could. I went to every open mic, I traveled all over, I got myself on some of the biggest TV shows in the world. And now, because you unlocked my hidden powers, other women finally want to fuck me. So it is actually your fault that after this show tonight, some 40-year-old woman will walk up to me and go, hey, I like your vibe. And my husband is dead. You guys are fantastic, Salt Lake City. Thank you so much for being here. Come on, Charles.